Hello and thanks for staying with us. Custom management has commended the 962 program in the country. Also on customs reports, our customs controller speaks on the revenue drive as approved by the management of Nigerian Customs Service, plus more report. I am Egeseme Edinye. Stay tuned. The Assistant Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service in charge of Zone A has said that the introduction of 962 in customs management has further increased the nation's revenue. He made a comment in an exclusive interview with Customs Report. He said that other policies initiated by the Controller General of Customs has equally contributed to the nation's revenue generation.
The motive behind NASS2 is transparency and accountability. And I tell you that we have witnessed that so far. We have witnessed that. Forget about some problems. It's normal with any project to have teething period. But so far, so good. I can say that whosoever see nothing good in NASS2, I think is an agent of doom. Yes, because our collection so far at PTML, at Tinkan, had been quite impressive. And likewise, yesterday, the area controller, Murtala Mohammed Airport, told me that despite the fact that there were some problems, actually their collection has improved compared to when NASS2 was launched there. So we are satisfied, and at the same time we are improving. The project is ongoing, and we are expecting more goodness from that angle. The reason why I visited ANALCA headquarters is recognizing the fact that they are partners in progress, and they are our stakeholders. When you mention custom, under normal circumstances, the next person you will be mentioning is custom clearing agent. Though I observed that now they prefer being on call as forwarders, sometimes as brokers, whichever name. The essence is that their services are needed for us to discharge our duties. So I visited them as stakeholders, as partners in progress. When they are to make proper declaration or proper documentation, it will make things to flow with ease. Certain difficulties, certain complaints will not come up. For example, wrong declaration may scale through up to a point, but sometimes you will discover that information may come much later, where Federal Operation Unit, that is FOU, may intercept a container. That would have been avoided where proper declaration is made. But in a situation where wrong declaration is made, and then information comes to us that something was wrong somewhere, then that does not mean we cannot intercept that container. So it's very avoidable situation, and it starts from that point of the declaration. Proper declaration means so much to us. It simplifies our work. It simplifies the work on the side of the agent himself. The importer will get himself his consignment in good time. In fact, if it is consumer goods, the good will get to the consumer at the right time. So it's simply the right thing for all of us to benefit. And so far, the training is ongoing. Some officers were almost like dedicated to that purpose. And the reports from the field is reducing, which means that people are catching up with the new system. And here and there, they are complaining, like at the airport, their concern is that NASS2 could not accommodate so many things that used to be accommodated by a SCUDA system or whatever. But in truth, we are going to meet at a point, because if we are witnessing progress and they are witnessing otherwise, then the system is faulty. But where we receive less complaints, then it means everybody is comfortable. We will keep on improving. Yes, it's just like our life is just like the way we handle smuggler. There is no way smuggler will tell you that he has stopped. And there is no way that we can stop improving ourselves.
The ACG also speaks on the introduction of Form M at the nation's airport.
And I always say, and keep to that Form M is document that is serving multiple purposes. Form M is there for us to have statistics of our trade, volume of trade, value, as well as many other things. So it is one document that carries or goes with many responsibilities. And has been simplified, the way to go about it, and what will be achieved by so doing. Form M remain document that we have, or stakeholders have a lot to do with, from central bank to commercial bank to custom to supplier to everyone. So it's something that is worth doing well, or the completion should cover all the information required therein. It is a foundation of proper import, proper, what do you call it, proper clearance procedure. Because if the information in Form M is transmitted to other documents, it means declaration or proper declaration that we are looking for, we are yearning for, is almost inevitable.
So you were satisfied with the meeting you had with them?
Actually, I have, because we talk about many issues. We discuss on NASIS 2, and there was all its significance and the simplification of clearance procedure. We equally talk about transfer of containers from seaport to terminals, and we urge them to do the needful for our revenue, for our security, and other aspects of our national lives. You know, we have two types of operators, terminal operators. We have the operators that are known as concessionaires, that is those that you find in the seaport, like APMT, like Five Star, like Port and Cargo. Then we have Old Dock. So in most cases, you will find that some transfers are being done with an intent, as some cases had proven. A lot of smuggling activities do take place, and we try to caution them. We advise that they should not allow their terminal to be like a kind of smuggling point, because the issue is, if you clear your goods in the seaport, tendency is there that you may not escape or a custom as well as other agencies. But where you take your consignment to a place with less activities, less people, less agencies, and what have you, like it gives room for someone to compromise. So we try to educate them on that, to realize that we have to come together to fight smuggling in whatever forms it may come. Then, in addition to that, sometimes back, an incident happened. A container was brought in, then a transire was prepared for its removal from the main port to the terminal. Unknown to them, we have some very vital, very good information, genuine information on the container. We pursued it up to that point. So that is served as like an eye-opener to custom that sometimes it is not for the purpose of normal business that terminals or transfers are being made. They have a kind of motive in addition to procedure.
According to the ACG, the customs will continue to fight smuggling along the nation's border.
Forwarders, they are our partners in progress. And the more they be more open and straightforward, the more they simplify our job. And simplification of job comes with many advantages because the trader will go to the market in good time and go back again, which means more money will flow. Then I think simplification also entails we trust each other. Yes, by the time you are doing the right thing, to my satisfaction, I tell you, I don't have to subject you to some unnecessary checks. Yes, like a FOU, many a times forwarders complain of FOU. But I always ask, was there any situation where an interception is made at the end, something was not discovered? Out of 20 interceptions, if we could prove 15, 16, up to 17, I think that is interception supposed to be seen from a good point, not bad point. So what are we talking about? If they made proper declaration, all those things will become sin of the past. So let us try and improve. Let us try and see that whatever we declare is what we are carrying. And at the same time, I appeal to them that can't we improve? For example, if I am informed as an agent by an importer, this is what I am carrying, then I discover that what he is carrying is contraband or prohibition or whatever. And I tell you that, look, I am no more into such. I only deal with what is permitted into the land. And by so doing, I think we will go high and high.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The Apapa Area Customs Controller has been speaking on policies by the Customs Management in Abuja. The area controller said that Apapa has made revenue for the government through the help of NICES2. He urged agents and importers to continue to support NICES2 in their various port of operation.
The introduction of NICES2, no doubt, has improved generally on our operations. NICES means Nigeria Integrated Custom Information System. I mean, it is an upgrade on our automation. The automation we have started long time ago, as late as in the mid-90s, when we introduced the ASICUDA. After the introduction of ASICUDA, we moved from ASICUDA 2.3, 2.7, ASICUDA plus. We upgraded to NICES 1, and now we already have NICES 2. Now the intention of NICES 2 is to help, to fast track the process of clearing of consignment so that minimum time will be achieved, since everything is now done electronically. The system is also meant to force compliance because all data elements in a transaction are now populated in one document. So you have to just impute what you have imported. And it's also helped in checking revenue leakage, because now under NICES 2, payments are done upfront. It is only after you make payment, then selectivity will be triggered, where your consignment will now be going either for physical examination, for scanning, or going for fast track. So the issue is the fact that collecting of revenue is our cardinal responsibility, our major responsibility. Now, all monies due to the government has to be paid upfront before selectivity is triggered, and before your consignment now goes for physical examination. Now, NICES 2 is also to help to make the whole process of clearing of consignment easy. It is now been made so easy and so seamless. You can make your own declarations in the comfort of your house or in your office, not even using the computer. You can even use a handset, since the infrastructure is internet-based. You can use a handset, to make your own declaration and even go ahead, to pay duty. So the whole process, have been updated, and the procedures, of international standard. So NICES 2 has come to stay, and we're very happy about it. It's improving, generally on our operations. You see, after the visit of, in fact, even before the visit of the ACG, we have engaged, the stakeholders in a stakeholder forum where we sensitize them, tell them, the much that they need to know about NICES 2 and how it will help everybody, how it will even help them, in processing their documents. So they have listened, and that has helped, to rise up the compliance level on the part of those stakeholders. And we have been seeing results, because there are less number of false declarations that we can see today. The NICES 2 has helped, to block that, and it has helped to improve the compliance level at the trader zone. And once compliance level is improved at the trader zone, then the whole process becomes easier. It has been made faster and more compliant. So yes, now under the present dispensation, I will be bold enough to tell you that so long as there is this 100% compliance at the trader zone, you can, goods could be cleared from custom control, within a day, no doubt. You see, the system has assisted us in collecting revenue as at when due. Like I said earlier on, now monies due to the government are paid upfront. It is only after you make payment before the selectivity will be triggered, and your consignment will now go to the appropriate place based on the risk management system. So yes, revenue has been on the increase, because if you look at our collection within the last 2 months, I'm talking about May and June this year. For May, we collected about 33.0 billion naira, and for the month of June, we collected 33.5. All these collections for the 2 months are an improvement of the collections we had, sometimes last year within the same period. So yes, with the NICES 2, I think we'll continue to see, this improvement.
Truck Drivers has officially suspended the 7 days industrial action against the Nigerian port operation. With the suspension, terminal operators at the nation's seaport are battling to decongest the port. Also, operators have raised alarm over the inability of vessels to berth at the nation's port due to the congestion and the increased turnover of the vessels up to 30 days. The truck drivers had embarked on a strike over the failure of truck call-off system introduced to ease traffic congestion at the Lagos seaport. One of the strike organizers said that the government should focus more on the bad roads at the nation's port.
We have been on, it's not a strike per se, it's withdrawal of our services from the port. But today, after our meeting with Nigeria Shippers Council, Nigeria Port Authority, and the larger population of our people, we've suspended all those actions. We gave them 5 points in the meeting. One is that the Navy, because there's some misconception about Nigerian Navy. I mean, our people have so many conflicting reports about Navy, but Nigerian Navy have been of tremendous assistance to our services. They have been very nice to us, they have been assisting us, they have been doing so many things. But within the system, there's always be 1 or 2 bad eggs. And those are the ones that are giving Nigerian Navy a bad name. Like today, I've met the commandant of the Navy, in person of Commodore Heyo. I personally apologize to him for some of the embarrassment he has received from our members. And we are really sorry about it. In fact, he said he was going to withdraw the service of his people. But we pleaded with him to please parley with us. We set up a task force that will work with him, with his team, that's the men of Nigerian Navy, to achieve a common goal. We have already discussed the road with Nigerian Port Authority and the Nigeria Shippers Council. From Apapa, all this Wharf Road and other area, government is working there and we can feel their presence. But from Mile 2 to Tinkan is a death trap. And but between now and next week, we are going to meet the Shippers Council again with another letter, which we want to forward to the Honorable Minister of Works and Housing, to please, even if it's just ordinary palliative measure, so that the idea of following one way, causing unnecessary accidents on the road will not happen. Wherever they need to, patch some of the potholes, so that they can assist us to achieve that. But the most important one also, which is very, very important, is about, they call it holding bay. Holding bay is, in fact, is killing our business. The terminal operators, especially the shipping company, they don't have a functional holding bay, only few of them. And if you get to that place, you can be there for 4, 5, 6 days without offloading your container. If you want to offload any container, they will ask you to pay 15,000 naira or 20,000, it depends on the situation. But all of that have come to an end because if any of our trucks get to holding bay now, if they are not offloading them, they are the one to pay us 50% of our local charges. That is what we agree with them, and that is what we are going to stand for.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of Muritala International Airport has again called on agents to continue to work according to government policies. She commended the stakeholders at the airport for contributing to the government policies at the airport, saying that the Nigerian Customs Service will also contribute to the well-being of agents and clearance of consignments at the airport. She speaks more.
With NICES, of course, the revenue is definitely going to go more than what we've been doing before. We are expecting increased revenue with the NICES too. Like you said, we had it in Apapa. The first 2 weeks when it took effect in Tinkan, of course you know what the revenue was. We had increase in revenue. And I was seriously looking forward to NICES being implemented in this command. And I'm happy that it's finally been implemented. With the initial rejection, the first few weeks wasn't that rosy, but they're coming to terms with it. And I believe this month things will be stable. We've been trying our best as far as revenue is concerned. My officers are doing their best because I've told them you should mind the fact that you're posted here for a purpose. We have all other officers elsewhere, but we are posted here. And for whatever reason we're posted here, we must work and make sure that that reason we were posted here, we achieve whatever we're posted here to do, which is revenue generation, facilitation of trade, taking care of our security, manning our borders, manning the airports to ensure that customs goods do not come into the country. So we've been trying our best as far as revenue is concerned, and we'll continue to do our best. We've not, I wouldn't say we've done badly.
Just before we round up this week edition of the program, Customs Report, we brought you a report where ACG Zone A says that Nigerian Customs Service will continue to fine-tune rules and laws that will further generate more revenue for the country. For me, Egiseme Etinye, thanks for watching.